And now, Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
It was a cold Los Angeles night. It never rains here in Los Angeles except when I get into my cab or Lyft or Uber or Instacart or gig economy vehicle, as I like to call it. And as soon as I get in to try to make a couple of bucks to keep my heroin habit going, it starts to rain. The heavens open up like a whore opening up for business. Open wide, like a dentist says to his patients every day. Open wide, Dr. Yankowitz says. I'll never forget Dr. Yankowitz. The rain beat down on my vehicle. Rain trying to wash away all my horrific thoughts as we approached the end of days. I was going toward a fair young lady, that is. The rain came down harder and harder, as if the rain were working out in a gym. Harder it got. The rain was like a porn flick. Harder and harder. It's like sometimes when I Google porn and I'll say hardcore, the Ask Jeeves function will say, how hardcore do you want it? And I say, Jeeves, that's a personal question. I drove, all the water started rising in the streets of Los Angeles. All the headshots that were on the street started floating by me. All the headshots from the unemployed actors, unemployed actresses, unemployed producers, unemployed writers, the cesspool of the unemployed that is Los Angeles entertainment industry. It was all floating by me, the headshots, the craft services, catering that wasn't eaten, all floating by me. Editors in their editing bays were floating by me. The oceans were finally rising to the point of death. Finally, the Pacific Ocean was rising. It was rising like bread, like good bread, like not the bread you made yourself during the pandemic, but bread that was being risen by an experienced bread maker. An experienced bread maker whose life was a shambles. An experienced bread maker whose life was an absolute shambles, and the only thing he knew how to do was make bread. After that, his life was horrific. He didn't know how to relate to anybody. He was wanted in 3 states, but boy, could he make bread. And lots of it. Sourdough, pumpernickel, multigrain, even though a lot of people didn't like the multigrain. Picky. Sesame seed bread. He made bread, let's just put it that way. He didn't make much bread as far as dough. Well, no, let me rephrase that. He didn't make much bread as far as Benjamins, as far as money, as far as Hamiltons. And I'm not talking about the music Hamilton written by Lin-Miranda or something like that. I never could keep my historical musical composers straight, especially when the rain was coming down as hard as my life. Man, this rain was coming down. I was thinking about jamming a heroin needle, just popping some heroin, boosting some heroin, or whatever the term is that people use for shooting heroin in themselves. I wanted to do heroin and just pick up my fare, a fair young lady. I pulled in front of the address that was on my Uber/Lyft/Instacart/DoorDash/gig economy car. There were no benefits in any of those jobs. Those jobs didn't have an upside like this podcast. And the rain came down like the rain came down like a sober version of Taps. If you ever heard Taps, it's not a good movie, but Taps is a great piece of music. I listen to Taps every night before I go to bed because I know that death is coming. I saw the woman open up her door to the outside. She had a little umbrella. It was a Vinnie Van Gogh umbrella, a picture of Van Gogh with just one ear on her umbrella. I said, strange choice for an umbrella as she got in my car. She shook out the umbrella in my car, getting me wet, and I said, why did you do that? And she looked at me and said, because I want to make love to you.
Oh, yeah.
I said, baby, you're lucky you hit me on the right night, because I haven't boosted any H, and I think I will be able to get an erection this evening.
Hopeful thinking.
She was wearing a beautiful culotte, which is a one-piece thing. I'm not sure what a culotte is, but I like saying it somehow. It's not a jumper suit, but it certainly is something that is worn in the summer.
High fashion.
Yeah. I said, if you want to make love, do you mind if I stop at the donut shop first? Because I love to eat a few Bavarian creams and glazed and half chocolate, half vanilla. I love donuts, cronuts. I love pastries. I love chicken wings. I love all kinds of stuff. That's right. At my donut shop, you can get chicken wings. I'll say, give me 6 chocolate dips and 8 chicken wings. And the guy will look at me and go, how do you know we had chicken? And I go, the rain tells me. I got back in the car with the donuts and she was gone. She had left. There was a little note tacked up to my rear view. It said it was fun while it lasted, and a big lipstick smudge on it. I bit into the Bavarian cream and it squirted all over my new Patagonia pants that I bought for hiking, but I never did make it hiking. Not with all this rain. I looked in the rear view and I didn't see her, so I just drove into the LA night, deep into the dark LA night, deep into the subconscious, deep into the mist.
This has been Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.